Yo, what up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Phone no. Lil Baby is lost and confused now. I was just talking about Lil Baby. Lil Baby, whatever you want to call him. 4PF, whatever. I was just about to talk about this nigga, about like how motherfuckers on social media been saying like how this nigga fell off, even though he didn't fall off, but his music don't hit the same no more. He ass now. His music is repetitive, it sound the same, whatever. That's pretty much like been the whole argument with Lil Baby recently, like for the past, like pretty much this whole year. Motherfuckers been saying this shit like this whole entire year. And like, I ain't on front. Like, I see what motherfuckers is saying. Like, I mean, shit. I mean, fuck you want nigga to do to change his voice? I mean, shit, folks. I mean, it's Lil Baby, you know, it's motherfucking Lil Baby. But hey, man, let's see.
Now, there was a time I would just say, well, you know, these guys are aging, but it's not even that. He's lost it. And I don't know who the yes man in the studio with him that keep telling him to put out these trash ass music.
I ain't gonna lie, no, this song was fat though. Hey, this your first time coming to my house. I don't give a fuck. That shit was fat. I
don't got confident in one song no more. You keep putting out 2 and 3 songs at a time, hoping you'll catch one of them, and not one of them is hitting. When are we gonna really talk about?
I'm not gonna
Generally
lie.
speaking, they say what goes up must eventually come down. But in the case of Lil Baby, who once looked to be in pole position to replace Drake, it seems like things are spiraling out of orbit at an
yeah, this whole year, people have literally been like just clowning this nigga this whole entire year, talking about some he just Lil Baby out of the
3 years, the rapper lesser known as Dominique Jones had more momentum and combined goodwill than any other artist in the field. Commended by old heads and seen as the leader of the new school by his contemporaries, Baby might not have meaningfully entered the game until 2017, but he wasted no time in becoming one of the biggest names in the culture. And after a stellar mixtape run, the release of 2020's My Turn wasn't just critically acclaimed and commercially lucrative, but had one of the most fitting album titles we've seen in a while. A #1 record that
they don't like me just on listen. Hey, you be surprised a lot of motherfuckers just can't do that. Like people, if you don't listen, folks. Follow my nigga Lil Baby. Again, I feel like I feel what motherfuckers is saying. I see what they saying, but like, right, just don't listen to the nigga no more. Then if you feel that way, like
protest anthem that took him to the top of the charts, Baby was at the vanguard of the trap movement, and before long, he was receiving the kind of plaudits that are usually reserved for veterans of the game.
Do you know you one of the biggest black men in the world? Sure. To me, you the hardest young. I stamped that.
Suddenly, Baby was on such a pedestal that he found himself performing at the FIFA World Cup, something usually only reserved for megastars, putting Baby in front of the eyes of 2 billion televisions globally. But while Big Loon spoke of his current prominence and the position that it granted him, there are now concerns over Lil Baby's staying power.
I listen to them either.
Yeah, I figured. Persistent factors, the public that elevated him are now begging.
These are the biggest. First of all, get all Polo dick. Polo did not fucking fall off. Get all Polo dick. I agree with this. I somewhat agree with this. These niggas did not fall off at all. Get all Polo G dick. He did not fucking fall off. You niggas just be dick riding and shit. Stop it. God hates Twitter motherfuckers like this. And always with these type of fucking. You know what? I'm gonna fall back.
Him to stop rapping. Once seen as a reliable source for undeniable club bangers, Lil Baby now stands accused of falling into the familiar trap of getting comfortable and milking his sound, all the while refusing to alter his sound or respond to the criticisms that he's receiving. Back at the outset of his career, Lil Baby, who never envisioned himself as a rapper until he was coerced into it by Young Thug, was as focused as they come, releasing 7 projects in the space of just 2 years. Lil Baby evaded distractions and kept working. Along the way, he refused to be lured into petty beefs, even when everyone tried to pit him against the Baby over similarities in their names.
Facts.
So many tried to like go that way with me, but I always curved it from day one. When it came out and he blowed up, and then it was like he the Baby.
Twitter just says to make you so. I agree. That's facts. Factual. Facts. I stamp that. Fuck Twitter.
He don't sound like
I'll always
me.
be fuck
He
Twitter.
ain't trying to like kick
Twitter
my
K,
swag,
fuck
man,
nigga.
just the Baby. It's enough money for both of us, as you see.
Possessing the kind of shrewd mindset that most rappers would benefit from, Lil Baby stayed locked in with his craft, flooding the market with new music, and becoming such a safe bet that even the biggest stars such as Nicki Minaj and Drizzy solely relied on his sound to boost their EPs and singles. At the time of his peak, Lil Baby's sound was so undeniable that many respected critics expected him to be the next Drake, and eclipse the man that put him on with Yes Indeed.
There was a time when a Drake feature helped Lil Baby.
Yup, dumb arguments and just motherfucking dumbass think pieces.
A lot of the Drake records, at least of late, haven't really taken off.
Fast forward to 2023, and not only does it not seem like Lil Baby has any chance of overtaking Drizzy, but there's a concern about him maintaining the success that he's currently riding on. Fresh from dropping a snippet like 350, which is essentially just a rehash of everything he's done for the past 4 years, Lil Baby is facing heat from his own fanbase. Notably, Kai Cenat, while not directly calling out Lil Baby, skillfully sidestepped commenting on the song itself, and instead focused all criticism on the production.
I'm not even joking. The beat's louder than him.
Yeah.
No. Fire the producer. Bro, why is the beat louder?
With some
It actually,
I
that
think
song,
it's time to start
I ain't
having
gonna
that
lie, that song's
conversation
kinda
in
little.
regards to Baby's fall off. Combined with canceled tour dates across the nation, it's not a great time to be in the 4PF camp right now. So how do we get to the point where Baby's magic is
Listen, folks, a lot of you motherfuckers use that fall off word a lot loosely. Like, I've been thinking about that recently, because, like, I don't know what y'all definition of falling off is. My definition of a motherfucker falling off, in my opinion, at least I thought it was, it's like, nobody talks about these people no more. Nobody pays attention no more. They don't get posted nowhere. They don't sell tickets no more. They don't barely get pretty much booked nowhere. They going damn near broke. Like, they views ain't say no more. Like, they views a drop like a motherfucker. Everything to drop like about these niggas. Like, people like Lil Pump and all of them. Those are niggas that fell off. That's what I thought falling off was. This nigga Lil Baby technically hasn't fallen off. It just, y'all just say his music is repetitive now. But fell off, that's crazy. Nigga hasn't fallen off. Like, he's still on. It just, you know, come on, man.
turn off? And what can be done, if anything? Well,
All
for
that
starters,
is
let's broach
talking.
the issue that he had in terms of selling tickets. In July, it was revealed that Lil Baby had canceled a series of shows on his It's Only Us tour, which saw Baby head venues that tend to have capacities of around 15,000 to 20,000 people. In essence, it's the kind of venues that someone like Drake, Cole, or Kendrick, the big threes, routinely sell out. Left with no explanation in terms of why the shows were pulled, fans immediately assumed that it was low sales that led them to be unceremoniously canceled. But while this was the most overt example of Lil Baby not being a draw, the warning signs were there even during his peak. Hot on the heels of their collab project, The Voice of the Heroes, Baby and Lil Durk launched their Back Outside tour.
Which is-
Staged
has
at a time
cheaper
when
rent
fans
than
were
me, which is
ravenous
crazy
for
at
shows
this
after
point.
lockdown. It was immediately assumed
Man,
that by
Lil
way of their
Baby,
combined
Lil
hype,
Pump.
these shows would easily sell out.
His
But
ass.
as academics would reveal on the Flagrant 2
I ain't gonna lie, Lil
podcast,
Pump had a
Baby
good run,
might
though. I
have
ain't gonna front.
overestimated his own hype.
He's trying to do arenas about 10,000, 15,000. You imagine it's Baby.
Yeah.
They say his tour is doing bad. You'll never see him post.
Yo, this nigga actually not fuck with Lil Baby. I swear
Not
he don't.
selling that much.
Alongside acknowledging that Jack Harlow opted for smaller rooms and was consistently selling out, Baby may have later posted that the tour actually grossed $15 million, but not selling out ultimately hurt his brand, because unfortunately for artists in hip-hop, optics are
rent's
often all
35
that matters.
bands?
So once fans unanimously
Damn,
think
Lil
you've fallen off, it's almost impossible to regain momentum, regardless of the music. Take a look at someone like The Baby, for example. He's arguably dropping the best music of his career right now, but now that the public view of him has turned, it'll always be reaching a diminished audience. In terms of how this factors into Lil Baby, this can be seen in the reaction to both 350, Crazy, and other recent snippets that he shared. Although they don't sound drastically different from anything he's released before, the response has been one of absolute revulsion from his fans.
Yeah, that's been
In terms
crazy.
of recovering from this, it's a delicate balancing act. Currently, fans are seeing in real time that it can be overcome through Baby's former collaborator, Gunna. Within the space of dropping his new project, A Gift and a Curse, Gunna went from being labeled a snitch for taking a plea deal to suddenly being welcomed back into hip-hop's good graces without
Yeah, that's
co-signs from any
crazy.
rappers. As to how this
You
happened,
know, fuckers was saying this nigga was a snitch all the time. Now y'all niggas back on this nigga Gunna dick. Y'all, I swear the internet be. Like I said, another prime example of the internet. Y'all niggas just ride hate waves and just like whatever's like the wave is, whether it's hate or good, you gon' ride it, folks. I swear, you niggas.
well,
Man.
that actually does come down to the output to a certain extent. As while Gunna advanced musically on his new project and made something compelling, Lil Baby has remained stationary.
I listened to the project and I said, this is interesting. Keep in mind, QC pretty much froze everybody on the label and allowed Lil Baby to keep dropping singles every 4 to 6 weeks up until the release of this project. Song after song after song after song after song, which might have been good. I believe that led to watering down the sound. Lil Baby has a very noticeable cadence. His rhyming scheme, the way he drones through a hook, is very noticeable and is very replicable. It's the reason why we think he's making the same song over
Right.
and over and over
I
and
agree.
over and over and over
I
again.
agree with
he
this.
dropped all of those and then right after announced an album, and then at that moment, for whatever reason, he dropped the worst versions of him trying to make those same songs again.
Here, we have all the issues stemming from Lil Baby's latest project, It's Only Me. Following the love that his previous album received, topping the record was always going to be difficult. But during a release day interview with Angie Martinez, Baby downplayed the weight of expectation when it came to surpassing My Turn's success.
I'm not even in that same space no more to even like compare it.
But no pressure to live up to it because people love that album.
Not like pressure to live up to it because I'm not living up to that album. That was just what I had dropped. So I'm trying to like live up to everything I do, if that makes sense. That would be me thinking small. I'm on some way bigger and better.
Eager to paint his upcoming project as a departure from the past, Lil Baby's press tour implied that the next record coming down the pipeline will be full of depth that we haven't seen from him before.
I feel like my music more listening. You gotta listen to what I'm saying. It ain't really too much just shoot 'em up, bang bang, or super catchy. You kinda gotta just
Nigga ducking that Rico.
Not saying I don't say nothing about shoot 'em up, bang bang, cause that's real too. But for the most part, I feel like you gotta just listen to what I'm saying and understand it.
When it was released, It's
What the
Only Me
hell?
did outperform My Turn in terms of first week sales,
Just
but
scared me.
that's
What
about
the
the only
fuck?
way it beat his previous album. As for starters, this apparent new level of introspection in his bars was completely missing.
When you're even looking at Lil Baby and the way that he actually forms his rhymes, you'll notice that from one line to the next, there's no logical continuity. He'll splurt out something random and follow it up with something that has nothing to do with the previous line. So he's not
Damn, these niggas analyzing the fuck out this nigga rap. So what the fuck?
It's the catchiest thing on here, bro.
Yeah.
Nothing sticks. Nothing is addictive the same way that you got addictive
Hold on, my
melody.
shit. I'm about 40. 35, 40. I was 35 yesterday, but I'm like 40.
On songs like Emotionally Scarred, for example, in the
Hell
previous
no.
album. This is a major regression from Baby.
But just
The
know
record
this,
was
older
widely
than I
banned for
look.
its repetitive sounds.
Older than I
Critics
look.
were quick to point to the fact that he fell off.
I don't know,
in
or
production,
unless I look younger, older. I don't know. Oh, younger, older. I don't know, whatever one. But just know, older than I look.
The
Way
production
older than I
choices
look.
on this project are pretty bland too. Very thin trap beats with mild 808s.
I'm just playing on. I'm
hi-hats
11.
and snares
I'm about
that are
12 years
basically
old. I'm about 11.
emaciated. They're
I'm
so,
11.
Lifeless.
Shit,
I'm
I'm
actually
phoning-
kind
I'm
of
just a
surprised to see
grown-ass
most
11-year-old.
of the writing credits on these tracks mentioning
You look
just a
19,
handful of
23?
people. If I didn't know any better, just listening to
good.
the quality of this
That's
record,
good.
I would have assumed this whole thing was
That's
thrown
good.
together by a skeleton
Interesting.
crew of Lil
Not
Baby,
19 though.
a couple of
Not
producers,
19. I
and
can say
maybe
that.
an engineer.
On top of the fact that
Wait,
these
what
tracks
did he
were
say?
better
Hold on,
than
because I ain't see one.
Emaciated.
I'm not 19 though. I can't say that.
Lifeless.
I'm
I'm
11.
actually kind of surprised to see most of the
You
writing
19?
credits
Tight
on
shit.
these tracks
Tight shit.
mentioning
Oh, I'm
just
older
a
than you
handful
then.
of people. If I didn't know any better, just
Hell
listening
no,
to the
I'm
quality
older.
of this record, I would have assumed this whole thing was
Actually, no,
thrown
I'm
together by a
younger because
skeleton
I'm 11. I'm 11 years old.
crew of Lil Baby, a couple of producers, and maybe an engineer.
On top of the fact that these tracks were somewhat lacking in creativity, what also needs to be factored in is that to a certain section of his fans, they had garnered an affection for him that was left unfulfilled. When Lil Baby dropped The Bigger Picture at the height of the BLM movement, he quickly found himself with his very first Billboard #1 hit, suddenly giving an empowering track that was completely outside
Facts,
of his
man,
usual
The Big
sound.
Picture.
Lil Baby earned himself a bunch of new fans. But when it came to feeding this new audience, they've been neglected. And even though Coach K claimed they all stuck around, it seems like that was temporary. As opposed to leaning into his new role as an outspoken activist and stepping territories that even Drake hasn't seen, Lil Baby has arguably gone the opposite way. He's now
Like
rubbing
me,
shoulders
though, you're
with
back.
billionaires like
Lying.
Michael Rubin.
Hey, I ain't lying. I'm 11.
To him, he's
Phone
simply
now.
acquiring game. But it has diminished some people's ability to root for him
Oh,
when he's
that's
constantly
correct.
chasing the bag rather than feeding them with his artistry.
What have you learned from those guys?
I learned a lot. Ask questions. They know answers to questions we don't even know about. They 10-year-old kid know that. But they couldn't tell me nothing about the streets though.
Hanging with billionaires who were infatuated by hip-hop culture while he garners a physical education, it's unsurprising that Baby wants to learn the ropes of business, considering that he's already been talking about his exit strategy from rapping.
I don't want to be an old rapper.
Really? You know everybody says that.
I just always had that thought in my head. Like, I don't want to be no older rapper, like 35, 36.
While this could be understandable if it was just a simple side mission, some images
Yo, this
from Baby
picture-
with the billionaire
Yo, this picture is crazy. This picture is crazy as fuck. Both of these pictures is crazy. They are grown ass white man just hugging them from the back. Boy, you gotta be fucked up.
Boys Club suggests that the relationship isn't as focused for Baby as he made it out to be. Pictured in what academics described as hugging in the Oreo position, there's a sense that he's treated like a novelty by billionaires. And while
I don't
ignoring the
know
negative
why. I
comments
don't know.
might have
I don't
worked
know
at
why
his
you
peak,
don't like
there's
that. I don't
tangible
know.
proof that he needs to switch his approach. And according to Act, it starts with his recording process.
I heard a story about Lil Baby. I've never been in the studio recording with him ever, by the way. They said when Lil Baby's about to record, he usually kicks out a lot of people out of the studio. He don't like to record in front of a lot of people. Secondly, when he's recording, he never wants the recording to be played out loud. He wants to keep it between him and the engineer until it's like finalized. That sounds like your creative process isn't maybe helped, or even you're hell bent on doing what you want to do.
Damn, fo. Man, look, fo. Lil Baby gonna make a comeback. You remember what I say right here. Lil Baby gonna make a comeback for Lil Baby, fo. He gonna make a comeback, and that's stand watch.